Okay, let's talk about a secret language. It's one that you speak fluently every single day with pretty much everyone you know, and you probably don't even realize you're doing it. I'm talking about the hidden language of symbols. And trust me, it is absolutely everywhere. So let's start with a simple test. Take a look at this. A check mark. Why is it that you don't need a single word of explanation? You don't need a dictionary, you just get it instantly. How in the world does that happen? All right, what about this one? The fire emoji. One second it could mean your project is a massive success, you're killing it. The next it could be a literal warning for a fire hazard. And your brain tells the difference in a split second. Now that's not magic, that's just how your mind is wired. And believe it or not, there's a formal name for the science behind all of this. It's called semiotics. It's the study of how all these signs and symbols get their meaning, and maybe more importantly, how our brains process that meaning so fast. So here it is, the big idea. The one thing to remember from all of this. It's this. Symbols are cognitive shortcuts. Think of them like express lanes for your brain. They let you just bypass all the traffic of reading and processing words and get you straight to the meaning. I mean, this slide just shows that shortcut in action perfectly, right? On the left, you've got a whole sentence to read and process. This task is complete and has been approved. On the right, you've just got the check mark. Which one did your brain understand faster? It's not even a contest. Your brain is just built to process visual patterns way more quickly than text. And it all happens in this three-step process that's over in the blink of an eye. First, your eyes see the symbol. Second, your brain just lights up. It activates this huge network of everything you associate with that image, emotions, memories, stuff you've learned. And then third, before you even have a chance to really think about it, you just know what it means. It's totally automatic and incredibly efficient. And of course, this idea really comes to life in the world we all live in now, digital communication. You know, emojis aren't just cute little decorations for our texts. They're actually hard-working tools. They add crucial emotional tone, they give our words emphasis, they provide context, and they just massively speed up our conversations. Look at the power of just a single symbol right here. If I text you, good job, it's fine. It's neutral, maybe even a little flat. But if I text, good job, and I add that fire emoji, whoa, the entire message is transformed. It's enthusiastic, it's celebratory, it's intense. That one tiny symbol completely changes the emotional energy of the conversation. But it gets even deeper than that. The symbols we choose to use, they don't just communicate what we're thinking in the moment. Over time, they can actually reflect and even reinforce our patterns of thought. They kind of become a window into how we see the world. So here's a question for you. Think about your most frequently used emojis. Go ahead, check your phone. Are you a thumbs up person, a laughing, crying face person? Maybe you're a checkmark person. Now, it's not a full-on personality profile, but that symbolic vocabulary you lean on, it just might reveal a little something about your default mindset. And here's where all that meaning comes from in the first place. This is really key. We're not born with this knowledge. A symbol's meaning is what we call socially constructed. We learn it. We pick it up from our family, from school, from our friends, from our whole culture. It's basically a shared agreement that lets us communicate without words. You can actually see this learning process happening across our lives. You know, as kids, we learned that a red light means stop. In school, we learned that a check mark means you got it right. Then, as we started using social media, we all learned that a heart means like or love. And just recently, we've all sort of collectively decided that the fire emoji means awesome. We're constantly updating our own little symbolic library. And that whole learning process also teaches us the single most important rule about symbols. Context is everything. A symbol doesn't have just one fixed meaning. A fire emoji in a text about a project that went great means one thing, but that exact same fire symbol on a chemical barrel means something completely different, and you better know the difference. The situation is what defines the meaning. Okay, so let's do a quick recap of the main takeaways. Number 1, symbols are the brain's ultimate shortcuts. 2, we learn what they mean from the world around us. 3, they supercharge our language with emotion and context. And 4, the symbols we choose to use can be a really fascinating reflection of our own mind. And I want to leave you with this final, really powerful idea that comes straight from the source material. The hidden language of symbols is not just a tool for communication, it is a reflection of the human mind. Think about that. These aren't just pictures, they're artifacts of how we think, how we feel, and how we connect with each other. So here's your mission if you choose to accept it. For the rest of the day, just start noticing. Notice the logos you walk by, the icons on your phone, the emojis in your group chats. Pay attention to that little flash of instant understanding. And ask yourself, what are these symbols really telling me about the world and maybe about myself? This whole deep dive into our symbolic world was based on the fantastic work of Instructor Georgios Chouris. A big thanks to him for the insights, and thanks to you for joining me to decode this hidden language.